Hello everybody, and welcome back to episode 29 of Baldur's Gate 3, and we're right where we left off physically, but you'll notice that Jaheira's in the party. As promised, I went off and I got her all leveled up. Let's just take a very quick look at where we go. It turns out that Jaheira and druids in general have this subclass. She's a Circle of the Land druid, and it turns out that every few levels she gets to choose a particular biome that she's attached to, and that unlocks some additional spells that are always available to her and always prepared. So I went mostly with forest and coast because that seems kind of appropriate to the Jaheira that I remember from the wonderful world of Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, but we'll see how that holds up. And otherwise, primarily spec'd her out in my head as sort of a ranged spellcaster. Another version of Gale, like sort of filling a similar role to Gale, on the logic that we have Halsin, who is very much an up and in your face and clawing you to death as an owlbear druid. Now, Jaheira can also do some shape-shifting, but I'm hoping to have her as sort of a combination support caster and heavy damage caster. We'll see how that works out, and I think that respecking in this game is pretty straightforward to do. So, when we last left off, we were interacting with Granch and the Bright brothers, rather. I absolutely cannot figure out what to do. Oh, also, that was all I did. I had a chance to log in and update Jaheira and bring her up to speed so that we can have her in the party, but otherwise didn't do any of the inventory stuff, so we might do that between the end of this episode and the beginning of next.
Time to press ahead.
Okay, at the moment, a suspicious amount of dead chicken.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
If you're here to fill an empty stomach, look elsewhere. Folks swarmed what little was had, stuffing their pockets. Bloody animals.
We got here first, friend. You're welcome to whatever scraps we leave behind.
Back off! I found these apples first.
They are... Oh, actually, there's a whole bunch of apples here. I'm not gonna take those right now, though.
You remember that spiced apple loaf we had in Waterdeep? Oh, the big one.
I feel like this is the first area in the game where there's been characters walking around that we can't talk to. Which is certainly not a problem. It's just kind of notable that every other NPC that we've seen, if it's walking around and has an intelligence above 3, we've had a chat with them in this game.
Fine day for it, eh? Got to enjoy things while they last, I suppose.
Can I help you? This is a private picnic.
It definitely appears to be. We're gonna leave these two alone. Part of me is a little bit surprised to see them enjoying a quiet picnic, sort of a private picnic in the middle of this humanitarian crisis, and also, I don't know, find joy where you can, I guess. My desire to pick up absolutely every single thing in the whole world that I can will have to go unsated. I will complete the game having picked up only 99.998% of things.
You can just walk into our camp, present yourself to Alma, or leave.
To lose our children is a tragedy. To fail so utterly in saving them is something else entirely. Alma insists the tribe is not cursed, but I have my doubts.
You're talking to the wrong hunter. You need to see Ulma.
Rechtei Hathran Rust.
My friend from the Hag Swamp. You join us as we honor our fallen dead. You're a bright light on a dark day. Even you, my erstwhile quarry.
Oh, Hello again.
Frey, Vald Iskdorovna. Frey, Vald Iskablast.
I feel we're intruding. We should leave quickly.
Calm yourself. You will not be harmed. Our leader has called off the hunt. She wishes to speak to you.
Im oraknete. Trasinetra. So, the impossible spawn walks among us in the blazing sun. We have been looking for you.
So this has been a real emotional roller coaster so far. Came in and said, oh, this seems to be some sort of a ritual, followed by that man stepping up and my immediately recognizing him as the vampire hunter that we saw in the swamp. Oh my god, we have Astarion here, but he is wearing his mask, so maybe he won't. Oh no, he absolutely did recognize Astarion, and then also said that he has nothing to fear. So there's just a lot happening in this scene that is mostly going unstated. No, he doesn't get to go in the pyre. What do you want with Astarion? What is all of this about?
The last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future.
When I was hunting you, I was to bring you back here, interrogate you, discover how to save our children, and then destroy you.
But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
Yes, he's free now.
Free? Not while his master still lives. But he has perhaps earned a second chance. We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr'Zar's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead.
Well, we're gonna do everything we can to save anyone that's not. How can you be so sure, Astarion?
I spent 200 years bringing him victims. Each and every one was whisked away to be fed on that night.
But you never saw him feed yourself. He could keep prisoners for days before killing them.
I know our plight is grim, but if there is even a chance to save them, we must take it.
If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
I feel like I have personally been in the company of Astarion pretty commonly for 4 months now. I know that that's been like the real-time playthrough, but also we've done so much together. How long ago did he come and take the kids that they think that even if Khazad-dûr is feeding on them one at a time, he either stole like 85 children or Khazad-dûr is a really, really slow eater. It just seems very unlikely. I am going to help them. And you owe them revenge, Astarion, if nothing else. Bro, your goals align. Everybody wants Khazad-dûr dead. Why would we not bring in the very best gold-plated weapons that we have access to? You owe them revenge, Astarion. If nothing else, you owe them that. Yeah.
I suppose. Yes. Yes. Revenge, I can do.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt. You have lived a life of violence and sin. You have stolen lives, broken families, and caused immeasurable grief. Doing this will not right those wrongs.
If you're trying to encourage me, you're failing abysmally.
But it will be a start. You may still be redeemed. Please go. Time is short, but we will see you again when it is done.
I have to say, I kind of really like these people. I don't want to, like, have a voice contest with these folks, so I might just step away for a second. But look at what we just...
Do not stand here and wait. Cazador must be destroyed.
Literally walking away.
At the ready.
We walked into the middle of their... I thought it was a funeral pyre partway through, but... Oh no, it does be marked as pyre. We walked up to them with the guy that apparently kidnapped their children, and they were restrained enough to say, okay, we understand that you were not in control of yourself, and also here's how you can help make that right. That is a remarkable degree of self-control, because if I caught wind of the person who had harmed my family that way, it wouldn't really matter to me very much if they were doing it against their will or not in control of their faculties. Like, that would just be a really hard thing to deal with. Let me see if there's... I don't want to antagonize these folks, but can I talk to any of them now?
We are begging help from you, an outsider. I would follow Ulmer to the hells and back, but this does not feel right.
Perhaps the gods have abandoned us. Perhaps they have abandoned all of Faerun.
I pray you will succeed where we failed.
Exterminate every last vampire parasite.
Our dead fought well. They died well. I hope I can live up to their example.
No screaming children. No laughter. No scolding words. There is only silence and pain.
Nothing less would.
Wait, is this... I'm so sorry.
Our camp has never been so quiet. I detest it.
Oh, we haven't spoken separately with Gandrel.
We can do nothing for you here. All that is left is to face the beast, Cazador.
It is good to have you with us. There is something rotten at the heart of this city. And it needs purging.
This might be one of the most sympathetic groups of people that we've encountered. When the tieflings were trying to flee from the Druid's Grove, they were in a bad way, but I also didn't know very much about them, and I wanted to help them because they seemed desperate. Oh no, child's drawing. I don't know how I feel about this. Can I look at it? Child's depiction of a happy sunlit scene. And it looks like we can see sort of an elf character, sort of a dwarf character, and I'm gonna go with human, either that or some sort of weird skeleton man. And this is not a joke. That is better than I can draw, and I'm not kidding. At no age was I able to draw this well, with the characters in proportion, the shading on the pants and stuff. Nonetheless, no one's currently watching that, so we're going to add it to the things that we sell. If Gur is supposed to mean something in terms of factions in Faerun, or it's a famous mercenary band, or known vampire hunters, or anything else, I just don't have that information.
Quite a spot, eh? Knocks the breath out of me to get up here. But the views are worth it.
Oh, let's search the backpack.
No traps
What's the deal with all the dead chickens? When I first came up the hill, I thought that we might find a ravenous wolf or something. The refugees aren't just ripping open chickens and taking like a couple of bones out and then leaving the carcasses. It's a weird situation up here. Hold on. These are revelations of a gullible prick. This stained tome records a long and arduous journey. I hoofed it to Baldur's Gate based on a God's damn promise. They'll welcome you with open arms, my cousin said. Everyone has a home in the gate. 17 days I marched. 17 days of their whining toddlers and their piss reek. 17 days of howling wolves huddling around sickly fires, and still that stench. Of course they didn't let us through to the city when we showed up. Shoved us into a camp teeming with snivellers and sneerers. Had it with them, their sob stories, the entire gall of their presence. If I've got to be stuck outside the city, I'll make home in a chicken coop. Smells better than those shit-stained whelps called my cousins, at least. The rest of the text continues in a similarly aggrieved fashion. I haven't spent a lot of time in my life inside chicken coops, but bird crap is nothing you want to hang around in. Okay, these people are just hanging out. Nope. There's something happening here. Wait, what is that? Oh, there's a key back there. Sword Coast Couriers. I think I'm very rapidly going to regret the fact that I didn't do a big inventory pass.
God is busy with their patrol and has no time for idle chatter.
This is curiously not marked. I want to see if I can open it with that key that I just got. Oh yeah, look at that.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Close the door just in case anyone were to walk by and not understand why I was in here. That said, I have effectively no reason to be here.
Something to send? Don't be shy. Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed.
Hold on. What was that last part?
Well, we've had to change the policy. Hard to send letters by road when there's a rampaging army of fanatics bearing down on you. I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they?
Boo, we missed our insight. Wait, if there's going to be rolls, I should have thought of this before. The other thing that I did with Jaheira was I gave her guidance because I figured, why not have two people? Any idea where the birds went missing? Yeah, let's find out what he knows first.
Not the foggiest. Normally they fly true as an elven arrow. Something nearby is snatching them. I can tell you that much.
It's probably the same thing that's turning chickens inside out. And I'd be happy to take a look. He's a businessman. Why wouldn't we negotiate for pay? Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this. What would my character do? They're chickens. They're not kids. The kids we rescue for free. The pigeons we charge for.
Well, if it's not too much trouble, I'd be much obliged. Any letters you find, bring them back to me. Unopened, of course. And there's some gold in it for you.
Oh, I'm glad I talked to this guy first, because I would have opened every single letter. Now I will bring them back unopened. Log and dispatch passages, turn to the most recent page. I wonder if any of this is going to be helpful. Frontline war report to Duke Ravengard. We're looking to make his acquaintance. However, I had to use a key to get into this back room, and I would like to know why.
Pigeons are very sensitive. They can't fly straight if they're disturbed.
Can we talk to any of the pigeons? I do have speak with animals.
I've no need of a wing man. Commander Lightfeather will give you your briefing.
Wait, hold still.
Name and rank! Quickly now! There's a war on!
Lieutenant Alyssa, reporting for duty.
At ease! At ease! I am Commander Lightfeather, leader of the finest aerial communication regiment this side of the Chianza. State your purpose, Groundwalker. I don't have all day.
Oh, you guys, I really want this pigeon to give me a speech about how they hold the line. I hear some of your officers went missing recently. What happened to them?
Damned awful business. Fine flyers, a lot of them. Gone without a trace. Intelligence is in short supply, but we know our enemies flanked us on the west side, not one rooftop away. They're avoiding the whole area. I won't lose one more beak to the blighter. If you pass that way, beware the sign of the featherless wings. From that rooftop, none return.
I love this guy so much! You guys, I would have played the entire game through with Pet Pal just to have that conversation. You're goddamn right I'm inspired. Look at this. Hold on, which one? Use the fairy ring. Enlisted avian, meet Commander Lightfeather. But Jaheira also got inspired. Where's Jaheira? Report to Commander Lightfeather. And did anybody else get anything there? I wasn't paying. I didn't catch it all.
A little wet under the wing for our unit. The commander will soon straighten you out.
Cool.
Apparently I can look at these, but does this qualify as opening letters? So I believe that I could read all of these, and also just in case that would qualify as opening letters, I don't want to do that. What we learned from the pigeons is that apparently there's something happening at the next roof over. Is that... I kind of don't feel like it's this roof.
A few days in a jail cell. At least we'd have a bed.
Worst that can happen is one of those steel watchers stamping us into the dirt.
Hold on. I'm going to F5 it, because this looks like maybe we go down the well. Oh, yeah. Murdered refugee. Oh, we are on to a completely different mission then. Unless the people that kill pigeons and chickens are also murdering refugees. Can we do talk with dead?
The corpse does not respond.
So now that it's active and we've got it over here, if we could speak to either of these corpses, they would be glowing. Nope, don't talk to Jaheira. Not that I don't like talking with Jaheira, but we're on a corpse mission now. We need our light source. There we go. Among other things, when they were building this game, somebody on the technical and art side said, you know what we have to have? Dynamic shadows. Somebody else said, why do we need to have that? Because the time of day is always going to be baked in. What possible use could a dynamic shadow system be in our game? Why spend all of that development time? Oh, well, what if they pull out a torch? And they designed all of that. Like, that's not free. Somebody, a human being, sat down and made that. Astounding level of effort and detail in this game. Picking up this corpse food doesn't seem like the coolest thing. This letter appears to already be open, so I feel like it's safe for me to look at. You're sticking your immigrator nose in where it doesn't belong. You got a brain in your head. You'll stay in your filthy camp with the other absolute or vagrant scum. Your girl didn't get that memo. You really don't want to know what happened to her, now scram. I would like to make the acquaintance of whoever wrote this letter. Now, the fact that they're calling them absolute or scum, last episode we did encounter, there's at least some people in Baldur's Gate that believe that all of the refugees are sleeper agents for the absolute. And that's probably what, I think very strongly that's exactly what that's talking about. Hold on, there's a mechanism here. A winch. The winch would pull this door, this thing to the side. That seems like a mage hand thing. Because how else would you... Oh, well, she could shoot it with her bow, can't she? That's one thing in going back through all of the episodes so far, that you can activate switches and devices by shooting them. It seems a little counterintuitive. I don't... Oh, hold on.
What's that? Here goes nothing.
So here's what I don't understand yet. That door was closed. Everybody inside was dead. That means that whoever did the killing had to ride the well bucket up. Because they couldn't close the door after they left. There's no way for them to hit that. I mean, in Dungeons and Dragons, they could use Mage Hand to close it after they left or whatever. I don't ask me anything about how a Mage Hand works. But I'm going to go with the idea, well, but how am I supposed to inspect him if I can't? This is marked as stealing. Oh, this guy we can talk to.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
I am not aware of having found a gemless ring. We only get to ask 5 questions. What happened to you?
Pushed. Felt bones break. Darkness.
What's the last thing you remember? Although I feel like we just got that answer.
Man. Buying heirlooms. Vulture. Challenged him.
That's the merchant that we met last time. He was very boastful about doing that exact thing. Do you have any next of kin?
None.
We have 2 more questions. Tell me about the gemless ring that I apparently found with you.
Brothers died on the road. Man tried to buy.
I think who are you is more useful than where are you from. because that would give us his name, and maybe we can ask around after what... But based on what he said, I think that we have a very strong idea of what happened.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Now, about this gemless ring. Ring that looks to have been deprived of its gem. This is marked as stealing, but I don't know why I would leave it behind. I'm relatively certain that this cave is the one that I came out of, but I really want to look just because it seemed like she detected something. No, this is something new. Angle Iron Cellar. Do I need to be worried about this person?
Don't mind if I do.
I feel like it's just have a conversation right now.
I should speak up.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
Okay.
Don't waste
That's good, because I'm very, very good friends with your boss and absolutely know who it is.
2 days just to get hold of a Still Watcher optic module. And for what? Waste of time we don't have. I bet it's lovely strolling around not worrying about getting squished by a Still Watcher, hmm?
Anytime there's like a room, an environment with a whole bunch of stuff that you can steal by clicking on it, I want to be very careful about what I'm clicking on. I don't want to steal anything from these folks.
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking death machines with cutlery? Then leave me to my work.
Do you have anything to trade?
Only if you're quick.
Okay then.
Now let me get back to it.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
It's you. I might have time for a catch-up later. Wyrm will want to see you. We've been taking a beating, but he's ready to hit back.
Okay. This is Wyrm and Thula. Remember Thula's boots? That's who all this is. You would have thought that I would have picked up on that from the fact that they're all deep gnomes. Right, these are deep gnomes, right? But also, as far as I remember, a lot of the deep gnomes apparently got killed, including the guy that was hanging out at my camp, the one that wanted to find Wyrm. So I have to say I wasn't necessarily really thinking that I was gonna encounter these guys again.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet? I spent a lot of time thinking of worst-case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant. Resistance fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you. I hope.
No, that's why we're here. I'm with you.
Good. We don't have a chance unless we stick together. Not while the Gondians' metal monsters are patrolling the streets. The Steel Watch, they're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it.
Why put the blame on the Gondians? I don't know anything about Gondians.
They invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given the chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while this city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit.
This guy's super intense. I love his presentation. What was the plan?
Same as it always is. Eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A rune powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility, and boom. Problem solved.
This is awesome. Sneak in, place the bomb, sneak out, bang. Seems simple enough. No, we're not going to complain about it. Maybe the Gondians are victims, not oppressors. I mean, maybe they all love their dogs. I don't know that I care about that. If in function they are oppressing, then we're not talking about murdering all of them. We're talking about blowing up their facility where they manufacture the guys. I feel like we're not necessarily talking about mass murder with that. Not that it will be a victimless crime, but yeah, let's place the bomb, sneak out, bang.
Ha! I knew you were the practical sort. That's why we get along. The foundry is in the lower city, down by the docks. Beautiful building, belching smoke into the sky day and night. Getting inside won't be easy, but when you do, place the bomb at the heart of the facility. Get yourself back to street level. The streets will be clear of Watchers in no time.
Okay, so we've gotten the rundown from Wyrm here about the murder heist that he wants to do. Not subterfuge, what I'm thinking, sabotage. Wait, why am I... Oh, this is very heavy. The rune powder bomb is 16 pounds. Really? Okay. Well, we found out that Jaheira's got a pretty strong back, so I guess we'll have her carry it for now. Also, she can go into Panther mode and be invisible.
Locked, but there's no keyhole. Must be a switch or something nearby.
Hopefully I'm not going to expose their location by just coming upstairs. The Rivington General store, then. With no one inside it.
Seems simple enough.
All know that the primal source of mechanomagical method and measurement is Gyldro Ironhand, gnomic deity of militant artifice. For generations, the Ironhand clan reverently toiled in their Baldur's Gate workshops, creating intricate devices of precision and beauty, crafting in peace alongside the sweatshops of lesser artisans. Sometimes in their generosity, the Iron Hands even shared methods with those others. But then did the adherents of the thief god Gond, in their hubris, found a house of wonders and arrogate themselves... Arrogate to themselves... I'm not familiar with this word. Arrogate to themselves the labor and credit of all mechanomagical works in Baldur's Gate, and many gnomes did join the Gondians to their shame. and the voice of Gyldro spoke to Wilberforce Bongal and said unto him, Suffer not these Gondians to steal thy livelihoods. And so Wilberforce spake out against the Gondians, citing the flaws and errors in their shoddy works, rightly extolling the superiority of the creations of the Iron Hands. In response, the Gondians, in their envy and choler, did utter vile slander and calumny against the Iron Hands, and Wilberforce was wroth. There followed the death of Wilberforce in the unfortunate rune powder incident, and the Iron Hands, with the complicity of the Flaming Fist, were driven from the city into woeful exile. Again, just for a second, the people that wrote this game, they're not native English speakers. At least I don't think so. Maybe a lot of people that worked on this game, they speak like Dutch or Swedish or something. It's just incredibly well written. Very, very verbose. Journal. Hold on, I'll read the journal. It's been almost 15 years since I bought this forge from Old Gossam, and in that time I thought I'd seen everything, but I was wrong. The scimitar that Rivington Rat brought in yesterday is the third weapon made of infernal iron I've purchased in the last month. The only infernal weapons I've seen since I've been here. Of course, I sold them all pronto, probably getting less than I might have if I was willing to sit on them for a while. But that's something I'm not willing to do. Mama Angleiron didn't raise any fools. But still, I have to wonder, where are these diabolic weapons coming from? I sort of keyed in on Infernal Engine, or Infernal Metal, because that's a Karlach thing.
Welcome, adventurer. I take it you're new to Rivington. No doubt you came here to choose from my fine selection of weapons. Yes, I seem to have it all. Clubs, swords, maces, bows, cutting and gutting galore. Why don't we see if we can find the perfect weapon for you?
Cutting and gutting would be a really better name than hack and slash. How will you know my perfect weapon?
I provide a personalized service for my customers to make sure the weapon I choose is the perfect fit. Tell me, how do you like to kill?
Frequently. Ranger. I kill quietly and with precision. My prey never sees me coming. Except they always do, but we're going to do the Ranger answer.
I see. Playing to your strengths. Keeping things simple. And when you kill someone, what do you feel?
My skills keep me alive. I feel no shame in using them.
Killing holds no fear for you, does it? You understand what it takes and what it gives. One more question, if you'll humor me. Do you think you could turn your weapon on those closest to you?
Perhaps, sir, I have bad news. Let me tell you a quick story about a friend I used to have. If there was no other option. Like, we can't say I would never kill someone they cared about. Technically, we did not kill Shadowheart, but that's exactly what happened. If there was no other option.
There's a killer inside you, isn't there? It wouldn't take much to push you over the edge.
So, you're the lick-spittle who crushed the Bone Lord's throne. Have you come begging, sniffing for our stones? Gortash won't like that. A throat his black hand can't choke the spit from. Oh, you could kill him. Let him close and make him feel the tickle of your blade between his ribs. When you find the Lordling, tell him Orin is watching.
So Orin is a shapeshifter. How long has she been watching?
Another question is...
You! Try attacking me when my back isn't turned, you bloody coward.
I feel like we had that exact conversation with Orin last time. You were attacked by a doppelganger. She was impersonating me. Let's assume that this is what happened. If he thinks that I attacked her, like... I thought that he was just like, I got hit by behind. You were attacked by a doppelganger. She was impersonating me.
Is that so? You've got some evil twin running round whacking people round the back of the head. I'll tell you now, you'll be seeing bloody double when I'm done with you.
No. Triton, you'll be smiling without teeth for the rest of your life. You had a blow to the head. Are you sure you're remembering correctly? Hallucinations, irrational anger. These are symptoms of a serious head injury. I do have +2 to medicine. I have +4 from persuasion proficiency. It's a world of magic. You would think that a doppelganger would be something relatively easy to believe. All right, we're going to go with persuasion. You had a blow to the head. Are you sure you're remembering correctly? Oh, God damn it. Okay, it's not hopeless. Let's add our bonus. And I don't know if, like, Charm Person is something that can be done outside the conversation, or if we even have any options to do it. Nope. We're gonna roll again. We've got inspiration. Oh, yes, it's 5 to 8, so we did it. Also, we rolled maximum on that guidance spell.
Well, I'm sure it were you. I'm almost certain. God's be damned, I don't know. I'd have sworn, but my head's pounding. I don't remember. I need a bloody drink. Go on, clear off. I've seen enough of your face today.
Well, let's F5 that. That is the second time that we've had an encounter with Orin that completely tricked me, which is awesome. I'm aware that she's a shapeshifter, and that's the second time in 2 consecutive episodes that I've been like, no, I never saw that coming. Also, and please do not tell me, it occurred to me after the last episode, specifically when we were looking back and doing some of the editing, Yara is Orin, isn't she? Don't tell me. But that little girl with the heterochromia, the 2 different color eyes, her mom's missing, but there's no mission to go looking for her. The only thing about it is she has that cat. And we can talk to the cat because we can talk to animals. And the cat refers to her as Yara, says that it's her best friend. Sorry, Yara is her best friend. I think it's Yara. I'm hoping it's not. And I'm going to say right now, I might be a little bit hesitant to eat anything that Yara cooks. But I'm otherwise not going to kick her out of the camp. I'm not going to treat her badly because I don't know. And what if she really is a little girl that lost her mom? The presence of that cat and the fact that if I couldn't talk to the cat, I would probably just think that that's a prop. But the fact that I can and the cat like corroborates the story, that's the one part of it that I don't know what to say about it. So that's my thoughts on it. And I'll say this. I never once thought it last episode. It was a between episodes thing. It was like, and I hope that's not right because I like the idea that I was like being nice to somebody in need.
What do you want now?
Sure, I want to know why you're harboring Iron Hand gnomes in your cellar.
Been poking around downstairs, have you? Well, I've got nothing to hide. Those gnomes are victims. They've spent years in exile, no forge to call their own, all because of some ancient bloody grudge. The Gondians think they're the only ones fit to swing a hammer round here. They're wrong. One day they'll learn that the hard way. Until that happens, I'll give those iron hands a roof over their heads. Nothing wrong with it. Now, clear off. You want anything else? Go to the shop. I've got work to do.
I would ask him, not only is there nothing wrong with it, I would ask him if he needs anything, supplies for them or whatever. Is this the shop?
Hi! Welcome to the Rivington General. Browse carefully. The weapons are sharp. Hi! Want a blade? Or a bow? Or a dagger? Or maybe a spear is more your thing? You look like you know how to use a spear. By spear. What'd you say, huh?
Are you the one that sells the smith's weapons?
Yep, that's me.
I'd check up on your boss if I were you. He's having a bit of a rough time. That seems reasonable.
Oh, all right. Yes. I just got to find a way to bother him. Without actually bothering him. He doesn't like to be disturbed when he's in the zone, see? Is there anything else I can do for you?
We're not saying this. Let's see if I can help boost your sales figure. Show me what we've got.
Oh, yay!
Straight to the bow. But it's only, quote-unquote, only a longbow +1.
Want more? Want less? Wanna sell? Wanna buy? You know where I am. Bye!
I don't think that she's actually the very first Dragonborn that we've met, but she feels like it, just because she has such a distinct look. And I don't remember a lot of Dragonborn elsewhere in the world. Okay, new look for Jaheira. She can hold on to her clothing for now. And we definitely have to get her a better weapon. Let's bounce back to camp.
Fucking shapeshifter. She'll try to break our best asset, our trust. Fortunately, she's no match for our second best asset, me.
Come on.
No room in your party. What should I do?
We haven't done anything with Gale in a bit.
Now we're talking.
So let's take a quick look at what she's got currently.
Soldier.
Her current armor is Enraging Heart Garb. While raging, the wearer generates 2 turns of wrath, and I want to say that that gets more powerful as it goes. +1 bonus to damage with melee weapons for every turn this condition has remaining. Yeah, I kind of think that we're going to stick with what she's currently got. Oops.
No time to rest. What path lies before me?
Yeah, outfit-wise, I mean.
I have battled great evils, been mocked by villains of all sorts. But Orin, she is beyond even Thorm. Her mind is twisted beyond recognition. What is she capable of? And where will she strike next?
I do want him to join me, actually.
I'd love to join, but I don't think there's enough space for me to squeeze in. I like how you think.
That foul shapeshifter Orin is like a scavenger beast, probing us for weaknesses. Do not let her shake your resolve.
Orin toys with us where she could destroy us. Whatever her motivations, I hope she reveals them quickly.
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer? I can't even tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos.
Are you worried about Cazador finding out you're back?
I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire. But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike.
How will you strike exactly? He was not going to be alone.
Neither will I, darling. At least I hope you'll come along for the show. But regardless, the plan is simple. Find him, stop him from gaining almighty power, and then really enjoy killing him. And if I can seize that almighty power for myself, well, all the better.
Astarin, we've had that chat. That's not going to happen. I wanted to ask about Cazador's ritual. You must be thinking about it.
The thing that will decide my fate forevermore. Yes, it's been on my mind. Why?
I do have to say, I like ultra-ironic Astarion. Do you think we can stop it? That's the only conversation we're having. He's not becoming vampire god.
Well, in theory, it's simple. Destroy Cazador, stop ritual. That's assuming we want to stop the ritual. What? I've obviously thought about it. If I was the one who completed the ritual, I'd have such power. And I could walk in the sun without fear I'd turn into a mind flare.
And the souls that need to be sacrificed?
I don't relish it, but my siblings lured thousands of people to their deaths over the years. I doubt Baldur's Gate would miss them. Of course, I don't even know if I could complete the ritual. It may be impossible, but it certainly is tempting.
He makes a compelling point. The family members of the people that get brutally murdered in his attempt to complete a ritual that he barely understands would probably be a lot more accepting of it if he pointed out to them that a lot of other people had died in service to other things, so what's your family to you? Get over it, really.
So Bal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do. Good.
Recall what you know of doppelgangers. Wait, can I get a bonus on this at all? No. Nope, because I'm in conversation with her. Oops. Okay, well, -1 for being a dummy, but +4 otherwise.
Shape-shifting monstrosities of unknown origin. Doppelgangers are unnatural predators. Their latent empathic abilities helping them to know, imitate, and eventually replace their prey.
You seem to have experience with doppelgangers.
Ah. This all begins to ring a little too familiar for my liking. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that. Shake off the dust.
I would like to see very quickly if we can make a slight adjustment to her. Yeah, that looks great. It's what I like about it is that it's visually distinct from my character and it looks that much more druidy. Yeah. Okay, I like that a lot. We're heading out here. This is Rivington, I guess. I thought Rivington was like a whole other area, but no, this is the Rivington General. And then investigate the open hand temple roof. It did not occur to me that where the pigeons we're talking about would be marked on the map. So we've got that. And then Rivington General has Angleiron the Smith. And then we've got Izzy. I don't feel like we've talked with them. Arthur's mansion we've been through, and then we've not been to the circus. Let's see if we can track down the pigeons.
I don't care how big they were. I'll give them a piece of my mind.
I want to have a word.
Can I help you? Oh, bloody ribs. Sorry, mate. Had a run-in with a mugger. If you need something, ask the missus.
Don't wander around Rivington alone, all right? My husband did and got mugged and beaten for his trouble. This whole situation stinks.
I know.
Guild robbers are usually decent.
The absolute army is on our doorstep. You want to live? Get out of here before it's too late.
Mummy keeps talking about some army, but she won't tell me anything about it. I'm not a baby.
Would everyone please stop going on about the Absolute's army? Lord Gortash is going to sort it all out. You'll see.
We've already read this circus notification.
Forgive me, but I must attend to my friend. She's most upset about the post.
Do me a favour. Box my ears in. I can't listen to any more whining about missing letters.
Do not, under any circumstances, employ Sword Corps couriers. Their service is appalling.
I know.
I'm not scared of the authorities, but it would be stupid to pick a fight with the fist, right?
Ever wanted to meet the most cowardly dragonborn in the realms? I fell for the blockhead.
But no context on why they're talking about picking a fight with the Flaming Fist. To me, it seems like that's a really bad idea. They tend to be very heavily armored and sometimes not particularly emotionally stable. Remember the one that, like, tried to attack Karlach? All right, and then we've already been through this area. So let's get back onto the main street, and I definitely want to work. I would like to do two things. I'd like to go find the pigeons, and then I'd like to go confront the dude. The dude who's murdering the refugees.
Stelmane is dead. This does not bode well.
Who is Stelmane, and why are you telling me that?
Murdered.
Wait.
The council has an open seat. How timely.
I feel like there was a breaking news bulletin, and everyone saw it except me. Jaheira filled in on the details there, who's Stelmane, but I don't know how they came up with that information.
We've got enough mouths to feed. We don't need your kind. Take it somewhere else. My hands are full.
Front page material.
Damned outsiders. Swarming the place.
We can't get in. I have family here. They said we'd be welcome.
Heartless bastards. If they just listen.
The Duke. I'm not going anywhere. Not till they let us through.
Let us talk to him.
Get in line. We were here first. We have the Duke's full support. For the good of the...
I don't want to go too much further. Oh, there's one of those things that we heard about, the Steel Watchers. So this is Steel Watcher. Agile chassis. Lightweight build of the Steel Watcher gives it advantage on dexterity saving throws and additional 9 meters of movement speed. Wow. What does it start at, like 6? This guy can definitely haul. After losing a significant amount of hit points, the creature will begin a self-detonation protocol to eliminate all nearby threats. If it dies, it instantly detonates. Do we know what the radius on that is? It's weak to lightning. I'm just fully expecting that we're going to come to blows with one of these things. But no, let's not go very much further that way.
There must be something. Outraged.
Bet you won't get kicked out of the temple. They blame us for everything.
If you're looking for Ilmater's charity, you're out of luck. They've turned their backs on us, like everyone else.
Can I please have some food? Oh, sorry. I thought you were a priest.
I got food. It would be nice if when that's the interaction, you can be like, no, here's some.
The priests will open the temple up again. You will see. They're good people. Holy people.
Oh. I'm gonna steal some of their flowers. The spirit of the amulet. Help the spirit of the amulet. We reach the open hand temple. We should look for the spirit's granddaughter, Shira Clarwin. I don't think I have that amulet, necklace on me. Amulet, whatever it's called.
The crying one weeps today. Our father Lorgan is dead. Murdered.
What happened?
I don't want to talk. My heart is in mourning.
Are we allowed to go in?
We let more outsiders in and more Baldurians die. Duke Stelmane, Father Lorcan, it's no coincidence.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorcan? How did that work out?
I heard your priest died. My condolences.
Thank you, stranger. Father Lorgan's passing has saddened us all.
Passing? He was murdered by one of the fugitives he was harboring.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive Ilmater's grace, and Father Lorgan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid.
Sounds like your god would have been proud of Father Lorgan.
Thank you, stranger. I take some solace knowing that he died in Ilmater's service.
Does Ilmater's service involve protecting heretic absolutists? Or perhaps I missed that sermon.
Enough, Bill. You seem a kind soul. Our temple is open to you. Walk well.
Astarion disapproves. Apparently I wasn't laughing hard enough at the death of their friend. I didn't know Father Lorgan, obviously, but they did, and they're sad about it. Why wouldn't I want to empathize with that? I don't know what this quaking is. Okay, we've got to have a conversation with Valeria here, but first...
Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis.
Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
Shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmater.
Sounds like you are having quite the disagreement. I want to get to know the flying elephant. I don't want to swear back to her if she's self-conscious about it. Apology accepted. That's nice and perfunctory. Sounded like you were having quite the disagreement. Let's just move on.
You could certainly say that. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our high priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Brilgor. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target.
If there's a trail to follow, I can track it. Let me look into it. See, I feel like this ends the conversation. I really want to ask some of these other things, but just in case, I think that we're going to go with the ranger option.
Feel free to look around the temple. But fair warning, the investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence.
Any idea what I should be looking for?
Valeria never found the murder weapon, so that could be a start. Anything disproving the refugee murder-suicide angle, really.
Can you tell me where to find... Well, this is a different topic. Where can I find the investigator?
Charette's Caress would be my best bet. That's her usual haunt after closing a case.
Can you tell me where to find Shira Clarwin?
I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shira passed away last year. Peacefully, mind. We buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit.
I best get going.
I really hope you find something. For all our sakes.
Trusting your instincts in what way? Take up Valeria's shoddily concluded investigation. Okay. I wanted to bring Will along because I wanted to have him around for mentions of his dad. Many would ask how the Open-Hand Temple should respond to acts of violence against our persons. Well, it is a most sticky conundrum. We must rely on the gifts granted to us by our suffering God, that of curative miracles. As long as you can salve yourself, your fellow congregants, or even the wayward minds of your vicious assailants, that must be your approach, for we are not to inflict suffering, only to alleviate it. Besides, there's always nearby flaming fists to handle that sort of distasteful thing, hopefully. Do I want to read about Sarevok? A little bit. For anybody that doesn't know, Sarevok was, let's just say, a major character in Baldur's Gate 2. Baal or Baal can teach us about suffering. Please hold your gasps, patient flock. I assure you there's a point to this unorthodox subject matter. I'm sure you've heard the gathering rumors about the recently deposed Grand Duke-elect Sarevok Enchev. They are true. He engineered the sickness within our nation's iron. He slaughtered Duke Elton. Was he the first game? No, he was the first... Okay, I'm getting my proper nouns mixed up. He nearly set Baldur's Gate and into a full-throated war against each other. All this for one whose name you should know with fear but nary speak. Baal, a murder most complete. This is why our work is important, you noble tormented. Suffering must be balanced, alleviated, and we must bear its lashings on our shoulders when we can. For if we do not, our Lord on the Rack's enemies will press upon it and allow its weight to tip and crush the world as we know it into bloody pulp. These are the stakes, my suffering lambs. This is the rod our backs must bear. Sarevok was the first game. Who am I thinking of? Who was in the second game? This is currently a rhetorical question. It was... Man, I would recognize the name instantaneously if it came up.
I've said all I have to say already. Now I just want to pack up my kitchen and leave.
You already talked to the investigator?
Investigator? That miniature mastodon is about as much use as rats in the pantry or flies in the soup. Father Lorgan's gone. Murdered. And now they're blaming a refugee for it.
So you don't think Brilgor killed him?
No. Brilgor was a nice bloke. He came a couple of times for soup. Potato chowder was his favorite. Didn't seem the murderous type. But what do I know?
Well, you know Brilgor didn't seem the type. Can you think of why anyone... Sorry, can you think of anyone who'd want to kill Lorgan?
Some folk didn't like how he looked after the refugees. But I don't think they'd kill him for it. At least, I hope they wouldn't. That's a scary thought. Look, I need to finish up here. Lots of soup to clean up. Blood, too.
Okay, we have exhausted the number of topics that we can bring with that guy. Our map says this goes outdoors, and so it does.
Infirmary. Justice endures, even in suffering.
That quaking could be, you know, there are earthquakes that are happening here in Baldur's Gate. That was covered in a couple of cutscenes and an event that we were present for in the last episode. So it may just be... No, that's like a magical shockwave of some kind. It's got a source.
What ails you? Marsh fever? Feather lung? Be quick, I've not got all day.
I'm looking into Lorgan's death. I need to ask you some questions. We're going to stay on topic.
What do you want to know?
How did he die?
Slowly. Lorgan was a good man, if naive. He deserved better. One of the refugees killed him. Cruelly, too. They cut off his hand, sawed right through the bone. I found a paralytic poison on one of his wounds. Lorgan was alive while they took the hand. He just couldn't scream. It's sick. We give them everything, and all we get is nothing but a good man to bury.
How are there no follow-up questions?
Please, leave me be. I've got an awful lot to get done.
Well, I can think of somebody else that we can ask a question of.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
We know who he is. Where's my mouse? If it was this simple, I'm metagaming here a little bit, but like if it was this simple, it'd be an awfully short quest. How did you die?
A poison blade. Paralysis.
Where were you attacked?
Tunnels from the cellar. Refuge.
What were you doing when you died?
Hiding Brilgor from fists.
Where did you hide him? We've only got 2 more questions. Where did you hide him? I'm just assuming that he's not going to know the answer to this. I should probably ask it. Where did you hide him? But it was in the cellars, wasn't it? Let's go with why were you hiding Brilgor?
Must protect innocence. Ilmater's will.
The thing is, Brilgor died. Where did you hide him? Because if it's different from where Brilgor's body was found, but is that helpful? He's not going to know who killed him. It's just, this quest is not going to end with, hey, who killed you? Oh, that guy over there. Where did you hide him?
Took him to the tunnel with the rest. Oh, fool.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
I just want to take a quick look to see everything that we learned about the murder. We learned that Father Lorgan used the temple crypt to hide imperiled refugees. We should examine the crypt to learn more. See, imperiled is just such a cool word. I would never think to use it. I love this game's use of language. The corpse of Father Lorgan mentioned that he and Brilgor were murdered in a hidden tunnel beneath the open-hand temple. We can access it through the temple crypt. Well, this is great, because now we've got 2 reasons to go rifle among the corpses. But we wanted to go upstairs as well, to investigate the pigeon murders. Let me F5 it. Maybe I want to get everybody up on this platform. God damn it! Sorry, this is clearly not how the video game works, but the alarm that you heard there is that you definitely do not want to ring a bell of this size while standing next to it. It's a great way to become very deaf. Just a burnished necklace, huh? Alright. Well, it's not marked as stealing. Bundle of letters, yeah. I'm just making sure there's nothing else up here. But bundle of letters is right down here. Is it just a matter of jumping down and losing 12 hit points? Or more likely, we'll use a potion of Featherfall? I'm just looking to see if there's any other... It kind of feels like we could jump up from down here, doesn't it? Because the thing is, Alyssa can jump like an NBA player. Oh, and hold on. No, everybody relax. You don't have to follow. I feel like we can get the letters without a whole entourage.
That collar looks familiar. Does this cat belong to Gale?
Yeah. You notice the Tressum guards a shiny ring and stack of letters at its feet.
What are you doing here?
Kitty? How vulgar. You can call me. Actually, it's better if you don't call me at all. That'll be all, thank you.
From the looks of those letters, one might guess you were responsible for the post house's missing pigeons.
One needn't guess. Pigeon meat is my second favorite.
First favorite is ranger meat. If pigeon is your second favorite, what's your first?
Beholder. But it's exceedingly rare to come by. But let's not get bogged down in semantics. I believe you were just leaving, weren't you? Ta!
Well, we do have some persuasion, but wouldn't it be better if we also had guidance? So now we've got to get Jaheira up there. Jaheira does have some wild shapes that she can do. I don't know if any of them can fly or jump really well. You would think that Spider could climb the walls. Or Panther. Panther should have a pretty good jump. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, A+ for game mechanics that act the way that you expect. Plus, now we get to have a cat competition. Who gets to be the biggest cat? Let's... Are we really gonna just undo? Oh man, this feels like a really questionable use of wild shape, but... I really want to convince this cat. Watch the DC be like 7. I'm not leaving till you agree to stop hunting those pigeons. All right, 15. I'm glad that we went to the effort. Even if we didn't need to. This is the theme of Baldur's Gate 3. We put it out all out on the field.
In service of not having to make any further conversation with you, I concede. I'll be on my way then. There are a few places in the city I'd like to visit. I might have sussed some interesting items I'd rather like to get my paws upon. If I find anything interesting, I might even be willing to barter. Right. Ta-ra. Away.
Okay, flying cat is super cool. Bundle of letters.
Kitchen. Visitors kindly keep to common areas. Food will be served at meal times.
You guys, I'd taken note that there was blood here, and then we talked to the corpse, and he was like, oh, I got killed in the tunnels. I didn't register the fact that there was a hatch here. Okay, now I feel like we're in the tunnels. Through the cleverly hidden gigantic hatch in the kitchen with the blood stains all over it. Alright, we've ransacked the pantry. The way he talked about it, the tunnels are hidden. Either that or he was just hiding him in the tunnels, and the tunnels are well marked. Plea of rest. Let's just take a quick look. It's probably a bunch of prayers and such. Requesting to be freed of Ilmater's service for the duration of a 10-day as the writer mourns Father Lorgan. Yeah, so people are just coming down here. I doubt... Yeah, we're not going to be able to read the sheet music. Oh, maybe we will. You never know which one of these documents might have a secret clue. A Book of Ilmater Death Rites. This page on the turning is particularly dog-eared. There will come many a time, O worshipful tormented, that you will have to comfort a faithless unfortunate as they pass from this life to the next. Or perhaps even more distastefully, you may be faced with the dying acolyte of a wretched god, keen to shirk the blasted afterlife awaiting them. The Lord on the rack grants us a great many powers, but altering the moral velocity of a soul is one we cannot shift on the deathbed. If one has lived a life of sin, their soul is bound for a sinful place, no matter their final protestations. However, it would do much more harm than good to tell them this. Ilmater does not forbid the speaking of untruth, no matter how polite society deems the act. If it would spare the dying wretch some suffering as they pass, tell them that the weeping God awaits them with his balming embrace. Make them believe. Whatever torment their soul bears in the realms beyond, it remembers not their body, so spare them at least this final passing moment from hardship. And then Father Lorgan, yeah, also has a book of some kind here. Perhaps the hardest suffering to ail is that which dulls, but does not pang. Weariness sits deep within one's souls, but it casts its miring net across the surface, dampening all errant thoughts and feelings in its wake. Malaise of this sort can rot the heart, if left to fester, but it must be extricated carefully. Above all else, the weary soul knows itself better than you can. Do not condescend, do not assume, do not impose. Simply avail yourself as the tool to the weary. Let them know you can be used however they might need. And that incense, $30. Sorry, Father Lorgan. Well, I guess we'll just pick this up. I was going to try to send it to camp.
That might be worth a look.
Well, okay. But this button, I pressed that button and I would swear that nothing has happened yet. Let's take a look around because maybe there's another one over here that we need to detect. Maybe it's not just the one button. Oh yeah. A trail of blood ran from the open-hand temple crypt into a secret passage through nearby caves. We should follow it to find more evidence.
I'll take that. A crypt. This must be where Shira Clarwin is buried.
Corpse. I don't know how we're going to identify which one is Shira Clarwin. Probably whichever one glows. We'll know that that's the one we can have a chat with. Or maybe we have to go get the amulet. The trouble is I have no idea what it's called.
Here lies Sister Shira Clarwin. Date of birth unknown. Died 1491 DR.
Probably should have read the crypts first. The plaques.
The tomb of the amulet spirit's granddaughter. Time for a family reunion.
Darling Shira, faithful to the crying god, long didst I wait, only to find thine empty flesh. Gone thou might be, alas. And yet thy shell will rise. Oh, honored Shira, her spirit hath fled, and her body but merely a husk. Swear I did to shed this foul mania and bestow it upon Shira. She was to endure, to suffer, as was her god Ilmater's wont. Who now shall bear the madness Shah has wrought on me, so I might no longer suffer? Oh, shall it be thou?
Well, you can try. I'm not going to bear the madness. Ponder what you know of the monk's affliction. What are the consequences of accepting? I'm not accepting this. I don't care what it is. But I want to do this. I don't know if we can do the thing afterwards. So let me just get Jaheira. We're just going to do guidance. Just to be sure. Yeah, we could have just added it.
The monk himself holds your answer. Tasha's hideous laughter is a powerful skill, but earning it may come at the cost of wisdom.
I don't want it. I don't want to inherit your curse.
Well, if laugh I must, let our alliance end on a lark.
All right, we've got 4 zombies and no uses of turn undead. Illysa's surrounded.
Go for the throat.
And like a real genius, I turned on all the lights, so we can't really hide. These guys aren't like regular zombies where they get back up after you hit 0, so I do feel like we can afford to focus fire on them.
No better moment.
Jaheira has a shockwave attack, I think. Maybe not. I thought that she had a shockwave attack. Ice knife. I'm thinking about like what can shove people around. I don't feel like these guys are worth conjuring our elementals up. Spike growth is going to hurt us as much as anybody else. Mirror image isn't a bad call. Yeah, we're right in their faces. Let's mirror image up. And then otherwise, we're going to... Let's go for a flourish on this person. Okay, he's off balance, which is good. The affected entity is possessed by the spirit of the Mad Monk. Well, I guess that does it.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Time for a cull.
I would love to get over here, but we would take an attack of opportunity. Basically, everybody got engaged, so we don't have a lot of options to do... What's the phrase that I'm thinking of? We don't have a lot of options to do sneak attacks right now. Yeah, that's going to provoke an attack of opportunity. Off balance, remind me that again? Disadvantage on strength and dexterity checks and attack roll against it have advantage. Well... We could go for a ranged attack on this guy then, since we're going to have advantage. But we're threatened, or he's threatened. It cancels out is the point. We could also go invisible, but I don't think that's worthwhile. Maybe we just do a regular attack. But just a regular attack. We needed an 8 and we rolled a 28. I don't think that we need to put any extra juice on that.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Gale, can you fireball? I don't fireball very often, but I do feel like this particular collection with his ability to spell shape and not hit us, I feel like this is exactly when we want to do it. Upcasting would increase the amount of damage that's done. Let's do it, because these guys have a lot of hit points. Wait, why do they have mental fatigue? Where does that come from? I guess it doesn't matter.
So much for peace.
Yeah, she still can't quite get away. She's got a 95% chance. Let's make sure to turn on her mega damage, her super shot. All in. Slam on Astarion. They rolled a 20. But not a natural 20. We can force them to reload. They needed a 16, they rolled a 13. Force them to reload doesn't really seem... Or, sorry, re-roll, rather. Let's just do shield. Charm, sure.
This flesh cannot contain me. No life, no me. Here's where I be.
Oh, that's very annoying. Okay.
Let's have some courage.
Then that's a lot more reason to focus fire on these dudes. Let's take this guy down as best as we can.
But to keep going.
Okay, one corpse down.
Death greets us all.
See, what happened is
But not today.
Wildbane here got completely healed, so we have to take them out as we go. Let's... Ice Knife, what's the maximum amount of damage that this can do? Oh, but this causes an explosion. I don't want to hit my own friends. Ray of Frost is an option. Call Lightning seems like it would be pretty cool, but I'm worried that she's going to lose her concentration when they hit her. Poison Spray won't help against undead. And reducing their movement speed isn't super helpful. I think we might Wild Shape her. This feels like the sort of thing that you would want, like... Well, hold on. No, but we can move out of here. If we do move out of here, what do we do? Grasping Vine? Let's pull out. And then we're going to do some... Yeah. See, this is going to do damage to my friends if we do Ice Knife. Strikes all targets within range, but all targets. Yeah, we'd have to get Alyssa out of there before we did that, and we can't right now. Plant growth is its uses. Ice Storm, all creatures within range. Nope, again, that hits our own guys. I need something that does damage to a specific target. I think that we might be on Ray of Frost then. It's not our most damaging thing, but it's the best targeted spell.
Creator, destroyer.
I'm honestly thinking about another use of Fireball, but this time not... Oh, he can move freely because that guy's charmed. Okay, then let's pull out of here. Melt's Acid Arrow. Let's do that on Flinster here. I did get acid on Alyssa. Didn't really mean to do that. Charm. I think in this context, Charm means that he can't attack Astarion again. Wait, what's happening? Yeah, Alyssa is surrounded by melee attackers, which is really not her happy place. You guys, where's Corvus? Corvus! And now Corvus goes next turn, apparently.
Another fight. Let's go.
Oh, did Corvus suffered the brunt of getting surprised as well? He failed the surprise roll coming around the corner and seeing all these guys? Okay, let's Hunter's Mark this person. And then, even at point blank range, we're going to go for our 90% shot. Let's make sure that that person goes down. And then we can hopefully reapply Hunter's Mark next turn. In the interim, can I topple or something? Piercing Strike? But they can't receive Gaping Wounds. We just do a regular main hand attack or just shoot? This is shoot.
Let's spill some blood.
So I really, really want this guy dead. And yeah, this guy can't attack, so this is better. Like this gives no more corpses for this guy to teleport into, and that's the whole point. And then if we could just insert ourselves so that it doesn't have as direct a shot. Let's go for, I do think, another Ray of Frost.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Firebolt. Charm. Now, I thought that he couldn't attack, but maybe he just attacks at an extreme disadvantage. I'm trying to remember what it means in this case. And that doesn't say anything about... What's mental fatigue, then? -1 penalty to wisdom, intelligence, and charisma saving throw for every turn remaining. Okay, mental fatigue. Now, Astarion can just attack. Oh, wait, no. The Corvus still isn't here. We could just attack, but if we bring in Jaheira, then we can do a sneak attack, which is better.
I may not have claws, but I make do.
Sneak attack, please.
Eternally cast then, my spirit be. No. Morning Lord, I call to thee, lend your forbearance. No.
I hate it had to end like this. A torturous fate, by any measure.
It's exactly what I was just thinking. I don't regret my decision. I do regret his. I would have liked to offer him a respite from that, but I can't take on some eternity curse. Maybe the solution to the ring is not to watch the videotape from the ring just to get the curse off the other person. Although, that's a terrible comparison because it very much is. Interesting that none of these bodies had anything on them when they were just laying down, but once we beat them up a little bit, all of their worldly possessions came into focus. Oh, that's right. I was buried with this healing potion. You know, just in case I needed it. Well, that's the end of that particular mission. Is it under completed now? We did that. Lift the Shadow Curse. Discovered the history of Prince Orpheus and the Chosen of Shar. Wait, what was the thing then? Oh, now it's complete. The spirit possessed Shira's body. We refuse to take on his madness, putting a stop to him instead. His spirit will forever remain cursed. That sucks, but I don't want to have to deal with that curse.
Always room for more.
I was trying to help out somebody that seemed like they needed it. That doesn't mean I need to suffer forever. I think it's really awesome, the fact that everybody in the party, including new characters that you pick up along the way, are just all at the same experience level. That you don't feel punished if you want to swap out your characters, you don't feel like the character that you get later in the game is like severely underpowered, and then you feel punished for wanting to use them. You don't feel like you have to do a bunch of grinding to keep everybody at the same level. It's just, this is absolutely the way to do this kind of system. Let's group hide.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Keep an eye out, brethren. It must be here somewhere.
That sounds like the voice of someone you can trust.
Be patient. What is it?
Oh, wait. Stop. Don't. I want everybody on their own.
Why does the brethren in blood
Oh.
tell them?
Blinding shot seems great, especially if we can get that guy up there, who's very clearly a ranged attacker. They rolled a 29. No luck required. Is anybody else not currently in the fight?
Always more to be done.
Jaheira's not. And I think Corvus might not be either. So, Jaheira, like, again, ranged spellcaster. Let's hang out back here and do something nasty to them. Spike growth seems like a good pick. Yeah. We'll just stay up here and plunk them. And Corvus. So Corvus does not have to walk on the spike growth at all. He can do Bad Omen, but yeah, he's not in a great position for it. Let's have him come up here. And did this person actually get blinded or only hit? I don't think he got blinded. All right, Alyssa's up.
I can't even catch my breath.
75%, 75%, 65%. And this is with her mega shot on. I think that I would like to try go for a hamstring shot on this guy. Zom. All right. This dude basically can't move at all. He's now on heavy, rough terrain, and he's hamstrung. That guy's out of the fight. Let's do an 80% shot on Muzz. Less successful. And let's just pull back a little bit. Why group up for them to hit me with area effect? Also, I should have done Hunter's Mark. Can I do that now? Ow. Ow. Okay, this guy's pretty cool. What did he turn into? Like a zombie guy? Look at that. Look at this guy. Oh, he's a doppelganger. I wonder if the others are as well. Let's not give them a chance to do that. I think Zomsa has a bunch of hit points. So doesn't Rudd. Can we do... Oh, no, we're concentrating on spike growth to hold it in place. So let's... Does that mean we can't cast anything? Or that we already used her action for this turn. So yeah, let's just hold back. We have to get her a ranged weapon. I keep forgetting to do that. We'll just hang out right back here. That's fine. Gale. What I want to do is I want to shove this guy back into the spike growth. But let's do a Firebolt first, and then let's see if we can push him back. 30% chance. That's not really worth it. We're endangering ourselves for no good reason. Yeah, we want him back behind everybody. Has Corvus leveled up along with the rest of the characters, or did he always have 32 hit points? He has absolutely leveled up. Not only has he leveled up and gotten more hit points, he has this, like, cool armor. I didn't put that on him. He's gotten visually better as he's gone, and his armor class has gone up. I love the way that the animal pets are handled in this game. Okay, I think that we want to get in here if we can.
Do the unexpected.
Right, he did his attack already. But we very much want to stop Muzz from going up the ramp, so this is still a fine position for him. And here's Corvus. Corvus, let's see if we can... No, I want to blind. Is this blind? Beak attack. Wait, where's blind? There's blind. Wait, blind doesn't show up? There it is. I just wasn't seeing it. Rend vision. It's only 60%, but it hits more often than you'd think. I think Citizen Snips, who is not currently with us, I don't think that he levels up. Which is a bummer. But, yeah, the Corvus the Animal Companion definitely does. 64% chance there, 80% chance here. Let's take this shot. And then I would like to move forward so that we're not at a disadvantage shot. So this is 19 meters. I think if we just move forward a little bit, like 3 meters forward, we should be fine. Yeah. This is exactly what I was thinking of when I was leveling up Jaheira, having a situation where we can sort of pin down melee attackers and they can't get at us. Really should have done that. Did I... That was a huge waste. I apologize. Jaheira. Let's ice knife this guy since there's nobody around to take damage from the explosion, and hopefully this will put Zom down. Okay, Zom is down. And then Jaheira can chill out. She doesn't have to do anything else for this round.
Knight to King 5.
Wait, why does he have to go all the way down there? This is a ranged attack, sir. You don't have to go that close. No! Okay, that's not quite what I meant.
I missed this.
Yeah, we don't want to walk on the spike growth ourselves. All right, Jaheira, let's relax that. It's now been a couple episodes and multiple weeks since I had to figure out how to turn off a concentration spell. And it's right here. There we go. And now there's no more spike growth.
Can't give up now. Swift as my feet can carry.
And they were, look, they were all shapeshifters. Crawler mucus. Field report, Death Stalker Zum. Aspirant Dolar is talented, if a touch careless. The dagger he discarded lurks within these caves somewhere, though I know not where. I can smell it. The fear must from his kills stands in the air after the act because he lets them marinate first. They stand, lie, sit, stock, still as the poison fills their limbs with lead, knowing only two perfect facts. They're going to die. There's nothing they can do about it. So that poison is what they use to paralyze Father... Good guy. I'm going to pick up that super incriminating letter, and then let's take a look around.
What's hiding here? Someone was arranging these corpses.
That might be worth a look.
Flowery key.
What's inside?
Okay, I like the look of this. Stillmaker is a very rare dagger that can do hold person. It's a +2 dagger. This dagger's twisting blade is designed to nick the flesh as many times as possible, allowing its paralytic poison to flow effortlessly into any unfortunate target. Let's give that straight to Astarion.
The same one that ended Father Lorgan, perhaps.
The effigy of Ilisera, who watched and waited. What use her eyes? She thought herself a huntress, but couldn't fathom her wool. Below is an exaggerated signature written in blood, or in the red. I have to say, I'm really looking forward to killing Orin. Clown's severed torso. Well, we're gonna mark that as wares.
Body parts. Is this some kind of display?
I need to give the clown torso to Jaheira. Craggy rock. That goes back down here. Apparently we can talk to Zom, but normally people won't talk to you if you killed them. We'll give it a shot just in case.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Did you kill Father Lorgan?
No. Dolor did. Splendid. Kill.
Who is Dolor?
Our blood-red dwarf. Tricky. Hungry.
Where's Dolor now? I bet he doesn't know, though. Who do you work for?
The corpse tries to speak, but something prevents it.
I found this flowery key. What is it for?
Flophouse. Dolor's secrets.
Who are you, a shapeshifter? What were you doing here? They came to find the dagger that had been left behind by Dolor when he killed Father Necris. I just don't remember the guy's name. Where is he now? He's not gonna know. Don't know. Is Dolor one of you? Well, if it's a shapeshifter, that could be useful information, but that's an awfully vague question. I would really prefer, is Dolor also a doppelganger? How many more of you are there? Well, 100,000, their whole race. So is Dolor one of you is the most useful question that I can think of here.
Yes. But once more.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
And that's why you don't assume. I absolutely thought that that guy was like, the corpses won't talk to their killers. But in that case...
I think these were the people Father Lorgan was trying to help.
For all the good it did.
This letter is written in the careful but erratic hand of a newly learned writer. I don't like this. Mum says I need to say thank you more, so thank you. Thank you for telling off that nasty woman who's shouting all those nasty things at me. That's 3 times I wrote thank you now. 4, so I think Mum will be happy. One more thing, did you see my teddy anywhere? I think I dropped it during all the shouting. This is not a cool room. Oops. Please, Father Lorgan, Rector, Giannis, if you've any food to spare, our stomachs yowl at night like kicked dogs. Carrots, apples, we'll even crunch an onion if that's what you've got. Let's go see if we can talk to... Well, who do we want to report this to? The investigator. But I guess that they're not here, then. Let's see if we can talk to anybody here just to share what we learned.
How goes the search?
Wait, do I want to hand over the murder weapon? This person could be a shapeshifter for all I know. What do I need to prove Brilgor's innocence?
Valeria never found the murder weapon. That would be definitive proof that they missed something.
Here's the murder weapon. Hold on. See, I'm not going to hand it to this person, and if she's showing it to her, if Alyssa's showing her the weapon, that's fine. But I would not hand it over to her, because this could be another shapeshifter. So I'm just saying that if I hand it over to her, pass or fail, that's not... I'm going to reload it. But I want to show it to her, because she might have some advice on what to do.
That's it! Proof that Valeria missed something. They'll have to listen to you now. If you can convince them of Brilgor's innocence, then perhaps Ilmater could shed one less tear this day.
Yeah, okay, that's what I was looking for. I wanted to make sure that my character wasn't gonna hand it over and then she'd turn into a weird flesh golem and say, and run away.
Times may be hard,
But the god on the rack asks that we endure. For him.
Won't help us.
Oh, let's talk to the maitre d' here.
Nothing but
May Ilmater guide your footfalls, stranger.
All right. That's going to be the best place for us to call it here. I was hoping to wrap it up, but it seems that in order to take the next step, we're going to have to meet up with the investigator. That person is at a bar or something that we heard about earlier. So we're going to go hit that next episode, and we're going to have to settle up with that guy who we have strong reason to believe was now murdering refugees to get their heirlooms. That's what I think was going on there. So that'll be coming up in the next episode. For now, we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you very, very much, you guys, for hanging out tonight and sharing on this adventure. And we will see you guys very, very soon for another episode of Baldur's Gate 3. Until then, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great night.